there may be occasions when we need to add or subtract with surds. So let's say I want to determine what these are, okay? So I'm going to use simplifying surds, the method of simplifying surds, in order to make sense of them, okay? So if we have a look at this first one, the root 20 and the root 180, the one thing you must be aware of that I cannot do is I cannot just add the 20 and the 180 inside the square root. So we must be clear that root A plus root B is not, in general, the same as A plus B square rooted. Okay? That is not the case. So I cannot say that this is the square root of 200. That's what I'm saying there. So much was in the same way as when we had the multiplication and the division from the last video. We want to consider each of these separately. Okay? So with this one, we've got root 20. So let's simplify that first. So root 20 is root 4 times root 5. And that's the first one. And then we've got plus root 180. Okay, so root 180. Well, what goes into 180? Well, 36 goes into 180 5 times. So 36 times root 5. Okay, so what we have is 2 root 5 plus 6 root 5. Okay? Now surds, much like when you're working with collecting like terms for algebra, they can be combined. So if you've got 2 root 5 and another 6 root 5, overall you've got 8 root 5. So that's just 8 root 5. 2 root 5 plus 6 root 5. We've now got 8. Okay? So this simplified down to 8 root 5. Let's have a look at the second one. Root 63, take away root 28. Let's do a similar job. We've got the root 63, so that's 9 times 7, isn't it? So root 9 times root 7. And we've got subtract the root 28. Well, that's root 4 times root 7. So we've got 3 root 7. Take away 2 root 7. So if I've got 3 root 7 and take away 2 root 7, I've now only got the 1 root 7 left over. So that's just root 7. Okay? We don't write 1 root 7, okay? Much like the way we don't write 1x. So we just leave it as root 7. Then we've got this last one. So we've got root 108 plus root 72. Let's see what happens. So the root 108 is 36 times 3. So root 36 times root 3. And then we've got plus root 72. So that's 36 times 2. So root 36 times root 2. So we have 6 root 3 plus 6 root 2. And that is as far as I can go. There is no way to combine these two terms, okay? They don't have the same value surd. The only thing you could possibly do is factor out the 6 of a bracket and write it like that. That's the only thing extra really you could do with it, okay? So what you've got to appreciate with surds is that sometimes they don't simplify very far, okay? So, for example, you know, if I write down root 2 plus root 3 plus root 5, there's no way that I can write that down any simpler, okay? It will, in some cases, these answers will and can look ugly, okay? They don't look very pretty, but that's a consequence of them being surds and something that we have to come to terms with.